Hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Gemini Dhar. I'm a Take Charge expert and author, and welcome to my show, Take Charge, the Gemini Dhar Show. Every week, I bring to you amazing personalities, women who've done something special, men who've achieved something amazing, and specifically to share with you that you can take charge of your life and completely transform your results. So today, I have one of my most amazing, most favorite, Tarang Jain. She's a take charge woman, she's a take charge entrepreneur, and she has completely transformed her business from being just struggling entrepreneur to becoming a go-getter, being recognized globally. She's a global entrepreneur. She's been awarded, she's been spoken about. And yes, like every woman or every personality on my show, she has done something amazing that you can inspire from and that you can learn from. So I'm going to welcome the founder of Artist360. Artist360 is just 2 years old. It's like a baby, but it's rocking. It is dancing and it's doing really well. They have been able to explore and grow exponentially during 2020 when there was COVID and people were shutting down. They were just soaring higher and higher. What is that formula? What is that magic that Tarang Jain does that she's got such a huge success in 2020 where everybody struggled and she just broke through the challenges and she grew. So meet this amazing lady. Welcome Tarang Jain on my show.
Thank you so much, Gemini. So many nice words about me. I'm like, thank you so much. I can only say
So,
that.
Tarang, I can write those words and give it to you as a testimonial because I truly believe that you've achieved everything because I met you a couple of 1 year back.
That's right.
And in
That's
one
right.
year, I've seen this exponential transformation. And, I can go on and on about you. But I would like you to share that was Tarang Jain this go-getter? Was she this amazing business lady from day one? Or what's your story? Tell us where you are from, where you're born, what's your family like, what's your environment like? Just share with us.
So I had a lovely childhood, and since you told me we're talking about childhood, and I was just going back and thinking about it, and so what I remember that I was always into sports, I was into dancing, and you will always find me in the art room.
Wow.
And I would never be good with my subjects. All my subject teachers did not like me at all. But even being the last, like the generation I'm from, my parents surprisingly, they never said, "Oh, you have to get marks and you have to be a topper in the class." They said everybody is good at something and you're good at these things. So I never struggled with my subjects. I managed them. I was not very good, but I did not have a problem. My parents did not have a problem with that. So it went off really, really well.
So from which city are you? Are you from Mumbai?
6 hours of lawn tennis in a day. That much
Okay. So
sports I was into.
Tarang, we lost your voice for a minute. So could you just share
Sure.
with us what were you sharing about your sports? You said you were which city are you from? I was asking you.
So I come from a small town called Panipat. It's in Haryana. It's a
Of
handloom.
course.
It's a town of handlooms, and my father and my brother are still into handlooms, and they export furnishings. So this is what my family is about. My schooling is from Panipat. Luckily, I when I was ready to go to school, luckily we had beautiful schools to go to. And once I did my schooling, I went to Delhi University to study further, where I studied philosophy honors. And after I did my philosophy honors, I got married. And my husband insisted, no, you must study further. Though knowing me that, subjects scare me, I'm like, I was not very keen. But I did join my master's degree, which I never finished. I did 3 subjects. And I'm scared. I'm scared of subjects. Not that
So
exams scare me.
it's such an
So
irony, normally you think that scholars and lawyer and very educated people are part of institutions and they do educational work. It's such an
hmm.
irony that you are founder of an art school which is globally known, and you have clients across the world, and you are teaching, you are in the profession of helping people learn art. It's also education. It may not be the math science education, but it's something that grows them, that empowers them. So it's beautiful to hear that, that somebody who I've been a backbencher. I used to finish my lunchbox even before the recess. I was a foodie. So my
Same
mom
here,
used to pack me
yeah.
the tiffin, and I used to always hang around with people who wanted to eat and who had good tiffins. That was my goal in life. And from there to here, it's been a great journey. So Tarang, tell us more about your vision, your mission. What is it that you wanted to achieve, and why? I mean, 2 years back, I think you are not very young, not very old also. You're very young at heart, I know. But you, in your late 30s or 40s, you started this school. Okay. Why such a long time to start something? Why such a gap in becoming an entrepreneur? Why didn't you start? You had all the luxuries, you had everything that you wanted, to start a business. So how come now you decided to start a business recently?
I realized very recently, couple of years back, that I this was my plan always. Like when I was a young girl, this is what I planned for my life. That I'll do my school and college, get married, have children, two children without any gap, raise them well, and then I'll start my career. So I
Wow.
think that so I so I think that's exactly. I think things. Some people I've heard this people say that things happen in your life whatever you have planned for yourself.
True.
I think this was planned by me that now my kids have grown and they're busy. One of my daughters gone abroad to study. My son most likely will go next year. I think this was the plan actually. This is what I feel.
Wow, that's amazing because a lot of mothers today watching would be very inspired because it's never too late to start anything. Like I started my second innings, becoming a coach at the age of 43. I think I 43, 44. I started 43, and today, the journey has been so beautiful. Starting something brand new, doing something new, and yes, I agree. When your children have grown up, you have all the resources and time. You're not too hard pressed, and you can do a better job than you would do like a young mother, because young mothers have so many responsibilities. So Taran, tell us more about art. What excites you about art, and why art, and why no other field?
So as I said, that growing up, I was always in the art room or in the in the sports space. So so coming from there, yes, I loved art. I knew that this is what I like. Now moving on, coming to today's time, the very fact I connected back to art was because of my daughter, because she was a lot into art, and from the childhood we knew that this is what she's going. So it was very clear that this is what she's going to do, and I grew in art with her. And whatever art I did, and then I have also worked as a kindergarten teacher for 3 years.
Wow.
And I was always my kids were in kindergarten. I was always in school doing something in the school with the kids because I enjoyed it so much. It could be pottery, it could be gardening. I did multiple things and I loved it. I always enjoyed it. And once my children moved to bigger school, I was very happy to stay there and teach. So I stayed there for 3 more years as a teacher, and I learned a lot. And I was very happy to do things that I was doing, like a lot of creativity, a lot of creativity.
So, for me, art is color, art is texture, art is putting all odd things together, creating something. So, I've been a designer, and even when I did my clothing, it had a lot of art. So we had a Van Gogh painting, which we just picked a little bite of texture from there, and we created a garment. And I think we did around 4,500 pieces in export, repeat orders, repeat orders, repeat orders,
Wow.
and it was all hand painting. So I worked with hand painting for nearly, you can say, 18 years out of my 30 years of fashion, because I was very passionate about color and all. What part of art excites you? What does it excite? I mean, if
So,
you had the
yes.
opportunity to do anything, what part of art would you do?
So I believe that art is all about creativity, and all living beings are naturally creative. Like for example, a tree knows how to. A mango tree would know how to get a perfect a mango on its tree, or a sunflower would. A plant knows. So we all living beings are creative naturally by nature. And as we grow, we lose it because of the kind of education we are put into. I'm not saying it's bad or good. This is not the argument today. But I feel when we grow up, humans, like we women produce babies, so that's create, we have we
Yes.
creating, that's creation. So it's, the body knows how to create, but for me, creation and ideas are more important. For me, the end product is not important. A beautiful looking painting or a beautiful looking sculpture is not what I think as piece of art. It's the ideas, the inspiration, what you can. I like to develop people's
The
thinking and
process
their
of creating art,
ideas.
the process of creating
Absolutely.
that art
So
is what you.
emphasis in the beginning should never be on the perfect art piece. That will eventually come.
So,
You know.
Tarang, a lot of young people will also be watching this, and they will be joining us. I want you to share that a lot of people believe that art cannot fetch you money. Art cannot be a
That's not true.
business. Art can only give you, therapy, or art can only make you feel good, and art is de-stressing, and art is something meant. And eccentric people who are a little bit crazy are artists, is what in my time, in my college time, and my growing up years, people used to believe. And of course, I've broken those barriers of mine, and I've understood. But when I worked with you, and when I have connected with you, I've realized that art is such a huge industry in Switch. So a lot of people are watching us who may be doctors, lawyers, engineers, and they say, no, that's not for me. Art, I'm not an artist. Because artist has this image in people's eyes, that somebody who doesn't want money, somebody who's like a nomad, somebody who's like just, or somebody who can create like MF Hussain masterpieces and make crores. So out of billions of people, two or three artists can make crores of rupees and rest cannot. What's your take on that? Is Can art fetch you money? My simple question.
Art can fetch you money. There's a big question mark. I mean, I cannot say, oh, I promise you, you can, art can fetch you money. All I want to say is that, like, okay, I want to give my example. I want to give you my example, that I don't believe in taking programs from outside. What I have done, I have created my own set of programs, what I feel and I believe with the market research, what I feel that is missing in the market. Now, when people hear about my programs, they have not heard it anywhere else. My ideas, because they don't exist. I've Artist360, me and my team has created them. So they're very new to them. They want to try, they want to explore, and I'm selling them. And then they're bringing their cousins and their friends and their family, their siblings, because they like it. So if your creativity can give something unique, the whole idea is also created by other people. What you all said, that this is true, this is not true, it's all created. So if you
Right.
don't get into that loop of what people think or what people are saying and believe in what you believe in, I don't think anything and anybody can stop you from growing.
So, Tarang, this is like a, you just reminded me that, when I wanted to be an architect and I didn't get marks, and then I went to do fashion design, the first reaction of my mom was, ki, wow, you will become a tailor. She thought I'm going to be sitting at home making clothes and selling. And even I didn't know what I was. I was so ignorant. I just got into it because I was sick and tired of the torture at home that, study, study. And when I got into fashion design, I didn't know I'm getting into something which is going to be so wonderful. And I had just thought about that, I had big dreams, but in my family, they thought that even if she makes 5,000 a month, or 4,000 a month, or something, and bring home some money so that she can be happily married and all. And when I got into the industry of fashion, and when I started creating, like you said, garments which I loved, which I wanted, and kaftans, and supplying, I mean, I never knew I will create a business empire out of it, and never in my thought did I want like 5,000 pieces of design to be sold, or so I believe that art is the only thing which will never die. You can have
Absolutely.
robots do surgeries, you can have a lot of things happen, but art itself will never die. And I have seen a lot of artists, entrepreneurs who are artpreneurs, which you are, and you are really, I wanted you to come on here today and tell people, give them hope that if you are an artist, God, you can become MF Hussain, you can become an institute, you can become an organization, you can become a hobby class, you can become anything, if you have art, because creativity can is the core to everything. Even the courses that are taught in schools and colleges in math, science are created, right? It's an idea from somebody, it's a person who is thinking in a particular way and creating systems. So creation can never go out, and creation can get you loads of money because you are experiencing that. And I'm not saying it's that you are too expensive or you put something, but you put in something so exclusive to you're getting interest across the world. People are connecting with you online and doing art online. How did this happen? What do you do online? How can I learn painting online?
Uh,
I've
so
always learned teacher to teacher, and I know what you do, but I would want you to share with the audience. How can I learn something online? In pandemic, a lot of people shut down their factories, their offices, and they are not having any what do you say, source of income. But how did your art from offline to online get transformed? What did you do?
So March, when the lockdown happened, and that 1 week we shut down on 18th of March, my studio. And that 1 week, 10 days was there was too much confusion, and I didn't do anything because there was so much confusion. And I think right after those 10 days, I started working on online art platform. Before that, we did not have online art platform. I also want to tell my audience that I think I'm the only unique platform where we are not giving you recorded classes, where we are also doing one-on-one sessions with students. We don't believe in big groups. Our groups are sizes 2, 3, or maximum 5 students at present. And I don't know anybody who's doing that. I don't know anybody else except for me who's doing that. So it took me 3 months to develop that platform. Getting equipped with everything, and then selecting the programs that were possible. And right after 3 months, because it was summer break or I don't know what happened, my program started selling. And I could not believe the parents coming and talking to me and telling me that how good these programs are. And I always thought the situation is like this in Bombay itself, but I was very surprised it's all over, because I have students from almost all over the world now. And these mothers saying, oh, we paid $50 and $100 per class, but my child, they were actually saying that my child, in fact, has lost interest in the subject. And
So
these children who joined me that time, that is July, they are still with me, most of them.
lovely.
They're
So
still
Tarang,
doing one program or the other.
I've known you for a year now, and I believe that uh, one very exclusive quality about you, one real amazing quality about you is you have a I can attitude. So whenever I've met you and whenever we discuss strategies or something like that, I can see that you have a belief, कि ये हो सकता है. I really want you to share with the audience that
Yes, yes,
everything starts from a belief, because you may
yes.
apply anything and everything to your business, your thing, but when there is a inhibition in you, when there is a thought process ki doubt is there, doubt is a killer of everything. But I have seen that you put your trust, and you let your employees grow with you. You've got this amazing NGO that you work with. I just wanted to give you a good shout out, because I loved that national flag that you created with all these visually impaired people. They came and they created the installation. So it's not just that you are focused towards 5 का 25 कैसे होगा, 5 का 50 कैसे होगा. Your focus is it is possible, because your dream, I know, is to create something, and I want you to share it today with people so that you put
Wow,
it out to the
that'd be
I want you to
amazing.
I want you to put it out to the universe, because from being a very very non-trained entrepreneur, because you don't have a business
No,
background, nor
no.
did you know about business, but your belief, okay, I can do it. And at a time in your life where you had challenges, because everything looks very beautiful when you're sharing, but I've seen how many challenges we've gone through and how many challenges you overcome. But your I can attitude has never diminished. You believe ये हो सकता है. So online हो सकता है, international client आ सकते हैं, I can do this sales, I can create
Yeah.
bigger programs. And the portfolio program that you have, it is so unique that even I was surprised when you came to me with like, Gemini, this is a course worth 5 lakh rupees. but I can make it for, a very affordable price for students going abroad. And nowhere in India is this service available. And at the first, I was like, really? And then I Googled, to find out that what is Tarang saying? Is it really true? And really, I found that there are a lot of bits and pieces, but you put everything like, one stop solution like a Swiggy. You can order everything from anywhere and you can get it.
Yes,
I was like,
yes,
wow,
that's
this is amazing. From somebody who's doing courses worth XYZ to coming to courses doing, ABC. I have seen that huge leap, basically, you've not taken a walk, you've taken a leap. And I think the most crucial, as a coach, I can say the most thing which has brought you this incredible success is your belief system. Somewhere your parents, your family, your environment, and your life partner has supported you in a
no
way for
doubt.
you to believe that you are a woman who can do it.
No doubt
So,
about it. I got a lot of support from my children, from my husband, from my father-in-law. Nobody has ever, they were always just supported. And you talking about things reminds me that when I told you about architecture, you said, Tarang, what are you doing? Where are you going? I mean, what is this? I mean, and now we have a full-fledged program on architecture. So yes, and the things I'm thinking for next year, I don't know. I mean, I've not shared with you. You'll be like, "Oh God, Tarang, what are you
I'm
doing?"
I'm
So,
always I'm always happy. This can be like a live coaching session that we are working, and a lot of
yeah.
people will know that what exactly goes on in Take Charge 5x formulas. But yes, I wanted to share your dream first because it
Okay,
is
sure.
when I met you and you started writing your vision and mission and you started deciding, I could see that you wanted to grow. You have big dreams and you were very excited and you wrote down. But when you upgraded your dream, I would say upgraded, like a VIP dream. I was like, wow, can I be part of this project? I got super excited. So share what's your dream. So I'd like to tell the viewers. So she's an amazing lady who met me a couple of years back, and her school had just begun, and she was just figuring out where to go, what to do. And but when she wrote her vision and mission, she was extremely clear where I want to be in 3 months, where I want to be in 6 months, where I want to be in 9 months. But she did not expect where she will be in a year's time, nor did I. Because when things fell in place, Taran has shown me that what is the potential a simple woman can have who has no formal education in business, but her belief system is so strong. So, Tarang, share your dream about your.
Yes, surely. So, when I was started writing my vision, so it just came naturally because I'm not scared to think. I don't, and I don't get scared if I think something big. I'm like, I don't think about how much it's going to cost or is it possible or not possible. I just keep doing whatever I can. I'm not even scared about anything. I mean, I just believe that things will happen and it'll fall. And actually, that has been happening. And I don't know if this will happen, but even if I can't do it, I'm happy if somebody else does it. And I can be very happy to give my ideas because for me, it's not everything is not about making money and oh, it's my idea. So the vision is that so what I believe that creativity is the future. I believe that math still machines can do even if you don't learn, and economics and stuff. I don't know. I think being creative is something a machine cannot do. So that's what I feel is the future of education. Now I visioned a city where we have these specialized colleges. So we have, say, college for architecture, for interior designing, for whatever, any art form you say it, we have it over there in that city. And how India is talking about smart cities, we have a curriculum designed for them where they not only learn the skills of designing the city, they actually build that city themselves,
Wow.
and that will be their sample to show others, and if they like it they can make multiple cities like that. So you train them to build a smart city and you develop a program accordingly, and then these people and they create these actual, so there's theater there, so the stage is happening. There are also sports because you have to balance. You can't have a life where there are no sports. There's also some restaurants and for people to sort of young energies need that kind of space where they can So there's all kind of things in that city happening. I mean, there's nothing you would miss out that, oh, this is not there or that is not there. There's filmmaking school, and these students are trained to develop a city.
Wow.
Because when you develop a city, you need every creative field.
Right.
You need, you need an interior designer, you need somebody to do your designing and construction, and you need paintings for the wall, you need artifacts for the house, you need carpets, you need textiles in multiple forms. So if you see around you, it's all creativity. Your piece of furniture is designed by somebody, your clothes are designed by somebody. It's all
So
creativity.
I'm
So
getting into
basically,
this. I'm getting into this imaginary world where I can see it all happen, and it's
yes,
so.
yes.
I think the first time you shared your dream with me, I was like so taken in it, and it's so different from most of the women entrepreneurs that I'm coaching, because you have been like an exclusive different mindset that I worked with. But all the other women, of course, they are going through challenges which will require them to make more money and become more financially stable and more secure. So 80% of the dreams of making more money, having a vacation, going abroad, having the luxury, getting children educated, but I've not seen something as creative as yours. And it just somewhere resonates with the kind of things that I want in life, larger than life. So it's a very beautiful dream. But tell us that when you wrote down this vision, or when you decided to get into the details, what happened? Because you got an opportunity to connect with people who are in this industry, and you ended up doing an architectural mini course where students from 9, 10th, and 11th. Tell us more about that. So how does your dream and your vision attract the right opportunities, and how things start falling in place is what I wanted to share. Because maybe this episode will not be about making 5,000 to 50,000, but this episode is about going from a seed to a complete, fruitful tree. That is what I want my viewers to feel, experience, that when you have clarity, when you know what you want, and when you put it out to the universe and you write it down, you have your dream, vision, and clarity. What happens? How did you get the offer for somebody doing the planning? And
No, it just happened. I was looking for somebody because portfolio development is also a new program, and I was looking out for somebody to help me with one particular section of that portfolio because, like, when I'm creating it, I'm looking for perfection. I'm not looking, okay, just manage with one person. Don't look. I'm looking for perfection in the whole thing, and that's how I met this person who actually came in to help me with the portfolio. And he happened to be an architect himself. And he told me architect, and I'm smiling in my mind, that, I'm thinking of an architecture program, and you won't believe he he said the words that I was thinking. He said, Tarang, why don't we do this? Create a program for 9th, 10th graders. And I'm smiling inside me that this is what I wanted. And he's coming and talking to me and telling me what I was thinking. So basically, the whole idea of starting Artist360 was helping school children who are looking for little higher or a better level of art. They want to look for a higher level of art where we help them. We know that they don't have too much time. We want to make them independent artists because art teachers, I've noticed, they always leave their students independent on them. They never teach them the basic skills. Oh, come, I'll
right.
do the finishing touches. Oh, I'll do this, and they start right from painting or right from the beautiful looking canvases that everybody knows the teachers have done. So architecture also came because of that reason, because I thought that a lot of students in grade 9, 10 think of taking architecture and they don't know why should they take it. And what happens, the only answer is, okay, do an internship in one office where, they work with an architect and find out. But what happens that students very early in life see the reality that they were supposed to see after 7, 8, 9 years. And they sort of get scared and they run away and they never take up. But this program is designed where you understand what happens in those 5 years of architecture college program. what happens right after you're out, like what are kind of opportunities and blah blah blah, those kind of things. I don't want to get deep into it. You actually design a model and you make two 3D models what you have designed. So it's like a complete project. And I'm
Lovely.
sure that, I'm sure by the end of it, you know you like it or you not like it. Whether you apply to art college or not, you can send this in your profile as a project. If you're going as a portfolio student, these two pieces go as very powerful pieces in your portfolio, because how many people experiment with architecture? Where can you experiment with architecture? You tell me one place, being a school
True.
student. So this is just one program I spoke about. We have multiple programs like those. So I'll be very happy if somebody connects with me later and I can actually share and talk about other programs as well.
Amazing. So
Yes.
Tarang, you know what? I wanted to also ask you, every opportunity comes out of a challenge. Sometimes you go through a very difficult time and you are cribbing and crying and, just procrastinating. Why did this happen to me? And after some time, you realize that this was something for me to learn from. And sometimes smart women like you create an opportunity out of it, right? So you went through a challenge with your daughter you had shared with me. I just wanted you to share that why did the concept of Artist 360 and this portfolio, which is one of your, you can say, king of all the courses, or the, star of all the courses, take place, and how you worked on it month after month, month after work, researching and creating. And I've seen the hard work going into this, but it came out of an adversity. So of course we all develop new things, we create, everybody has a good product and they want to give great value. But your is an perfect example that you went through a challenge which probably you hated at that time, but afterwards that gave you a insight into creating something that would help other parents, and your intention to help parents find it all in one place made you also a notch higher in your field. You became recognized for it. So share with us.
So what happened when my daughter was, so when you're applying to art colleges, you have to prepare this art portfolio to send to these colleges. And my daughter's ideas, anyway, they were very good ideas, and we were not getting teachers or mentors to help her build on those ideas. They were unique. She didn't want to do the same thing that everybody else was doing. Whoever we were meeting, sometimes we have cried together because we've had such bad experiences with our teachers. So and when you're doing a portfolio, you want to do different. You want to do sculpture, you want to do oil painting, you want to do this, you want to do that, yeah. And then you have to find a teacher for every piece that you want to create. And then there's no time to experiment because you're in your grade 10th and 11th, and you really don't have time to experiment. So that's what made me realize that it's not there, it's not available. So that's why this Artist 360, when you come, I have a team of over 10 teachers who specialize in their field. I mean, I don't know a place where you can go where you have such a huge team of specialized art teachers. So I always tell people who come new to my school, when they call me or talk to me, I say, how you have, when you go to regular schools, you have your teacher for math and English and physics, you have separate teachers. In Artist 360, it's the same thing. You want to learn sculpture, you have one teacher. You want to learn oil painting, there's one teacher. You want to learn watercolors, you want to learn video editing, you want to learn filmmaking. So we have a specialized team for your subject. So we are a one school for anything to do with art. That's why 360.
So, Tarang, I was there at one of your coffee meets where you taught us some creative thinking. And so that is the time, I realized that how much, even if you're a business lady, or if you're a doctor or a lawyer, or if you're a mother, or you are just somebody going through a tough time, how much can art help you? Because when you are speaking, it gives an impression that art is only for students. But I know you do a lot of things for women, or homemakers who come to you and they learn and they're starting their small scale hobby ideas or hobby shops, or they're creating pin art, or they're creating so many things. So art as such can be therapy, right? And art can also help you make a lot of money if you did it, like a business, or you did it on a big scale. But who are the people you feel uh, can and should do art? Because you've been in this industry, you've been connecting with
So I
hundreds of people across the world.
I see
Who are the people who
everybody.
benefit the most?
Yeah, so at this point of time, anybody I see, even in my building garden, they say, "Oh, oh, we've been in the house all day and we just come down in the evening. So I think at this point of time, everyone needs an art class to sort of have that balance at this point of time. Staying at home all day is not a joke. And a lot of people, I'm sure, are not even able to get out in the evenings around the world. So I feel that you can meditate, yes, but if you can't, art is again a way to meditate. You forget about everything else when you're doing art. So what can be a better way to bring a balance in your body and mind? I think art is a perfect thing, and I think everyone. And here at Artist 360, nobody's judging you. Nobody's. So as I said at the beginning of the conversation, it's not about getting beautiful and perfect pictures. Just come and explore, come and learn, and feel good about it. And we have very short programs, so it's not that you just do a basic program which is 5 sessions. Do it, you like it, take another one. You don't like it, move to another program and just experiment. Come and experiment.
So
But
my
I can assure you're going to love it. You'll find something that you love.
And Tarang, I'm sure that art can always add so many angles, because I know art is used as therapy a lot in children who are creative, using their left brain and the right brain, and they improve their thinking, cognitive
That's
therapy,
right.
thinking. A
That's
lot of
right.
things art is involved with. Let me ask you this question on a commercial basis: that what do you feel happened in 2020, that while all the other businesses were going through a challenge, your business grew? Because this is all about women entrepreneurship, but specifically for women. So during the time that everything was tough and things was shutting down and people were unhappy and scared and not sure about the future, do you think that they were searching for solace? They were searching for healing, they were searching for something to look up to, and that is the time they took up art? Is that the reason that you grew so much and you got and what are the kind of clients you have across the world? What are they searching for?
So basically, I find them very surprised when they do my class.
Right.
They don't what they get surprised in a good way. So they're not only surprised, they're amazed that like for my comic drawing program, not one but many of my students have said the same thing, that I've never learned so much in such little time, because just a 4 session program, comic drawing, where you learn to build your own character, you learn to write your script, and you are sorted. You work on your own, you do 4 sessions, learn it. So I have got amazing response from students. They don't believe it that so I think that I how I said that it the impression what you are talking about, the impression was created because impression comes with the experience.
Right.
What I'm trying to create a totally different experience so that your perspective towards art changes. So I'm trying to do things where students can benefit from my program very quickly. I'm not trying, okay, I'll teach you in 20. The same program can be, another teacher can say 20, take 20 sessions for what I'm teaching in 4 sessions, and you're paying much more. You don't realize that. For
Right.
20
Right.
sessions. What I'm teaching you in 4 sessions is equal to 20 sessions. And I'm not
It's
sure if they
also
will teach you also in 20 sessions, because they're leaving you, they're making you independent. You don't need them.
true.
After 4 sessions, you don't need the teacher.
Lovely. So I think, Taran, what you're saying is in 2020, when people joined in, they had a lot of free time and they were inside the house and they're searching for some other source of entertainment other than eating in restaurants and traveling. And they took up art, and now they are much happier, and they've more or less loved it. So they're going from one course to another, trying
That's
different
true.
things. And
That's
so
true.
now, do you want to share a little bit about the NGO that you work with, or is that something totally exclusive for another interview?
I know I can talk if the time allows me. I'm
Yes,
happy
we
to
have two,
talk.
3 minutes. Yes.
All right. So, Ujagar is started by my son when he was 15 years old, and he was thinking what to do, what can I do, what should I try. So he had multiple ideas. He did try the ideas. He had an idea about cycling track, which he had a program where he and it's happening now. That idea, when he spoke and he gave, I don't think anybody was working on it. This was like he was in grade 6, so I'm talking 10 years back,
Wow.
almost not 10, 8, 9 years back. And there's all the cycling track ideas started coming a couple of years back, and now things are happening. So he had multiple ideas, and he landed up thinking of art. So how can he help artists? So under Ujagar, what we try and do, we promote artists. It could be somebody beginner, it could be struggling, he could be established who doesn't mind. So basically, and we don't take any money from them. We organize events for them. We try and sell. In 2019, when we started, in 3 months, we sold 50 pieces of art.
Wow.
Yeah, we sold
Amazing.
over 50. We sold over 50 pieces of art. In the first event that my son did as an art auction at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, out of 18 pieces in the auction, we sold 17 pieces. And outside the auditorium, we sold 3 more paintings where we
Wow.
were not even sure that we will sell one painting. So it was like an amazing, amazing experience. And we've done 8 events. We had the auction, we had the exhibition, there we had a lot of other events organized where we had poetry, we had sculpture making, we had artists come and talk about what they specialize in. We had multiple events which were, people actually thought when we sent them the schedule, they said, Tarang, this is Kalagura festival. I said, no, this is not Kalagura festival, this is Ujagar event. And people, and a lot of my friends told me that they actually found people talking about this event when they were walking in the garden, or somebody came to meet in my husband's office and were talking about a Jagar exhibition. And I mean, and then we did the calendar. Yeah, after the third event was my son designed a calendar, and first printing was 50 copies, and I was wondering what do I do with them, and we landed up selling 1,320 calendars in 20 days.
Lovely.
So yeah, so that 2019 was just amazing. So we were very happy in 2020 that we have done a lot of events in 2019. Yeah,
Yes,
a lot.
and I think you did a lot of online presence also in 2020.
That's right.
I would like to share a little bit from your side with my audiences that in 2020 when she started online, it was just a blank canvas, you know. I mean, we didn't know that how it's going to be, how people will receive art
No,
online, and will
no.
people want to paint at home and take it from the teacher. But I believe that her belief systems are so strong, and she goes with the flow. It's not like ye hoga nahi hoga, if this will happen, what will happen, will this will go
Yeah,
wrong. So
yeah,
there are
that's
no
true.
ifs, buts and fears. So I believe she may have her own personal different kinds of fear from lizards or cockroaches or whatever, but she doesn't have any fear when it comes to her business.
Yeah,
And she doesn't think that her business will is her identity as such, because she doesn't tie herself to a business. She's an independent lady who loves art, and she wants to do as much as she wants. So I would like the audience to understand that whatever you're doing in life, whichever field you are from, art can help you. One thing is there. Art has helped me also when I went into a lot of issues in my life. I started painting, you know. I did my first dog painting, and every hair that I used to paint, I was taught to do like 18 shades of black and white and then do those grays. And I was painting my pet Happy, you know, Shih Tzu. I'd never painted a dog in my life. I could not draw a dog, but I, from fashion to, you know, painting, so I started doing. And then when the painting happened, I had an offer to sell it. And I said, no, this is my first painting. I'm not selling it. It still is there in my living room. I have a family of dogs which I painted. But you know, that was something as an outcome. But when I went through that brush strokes to the finished product, so much emotional balancing happened, or emotional outburst happened. And even today, when I'm got like very tired or I'm just sick of something, I just pick up some colors or pen or something, and I'll start drawing, doodling, scribbling. So I believe that no matter who you are, whether you're industrialist or you are a kid in your sixth standard, art is a must. You know, art should be a part of your life. Whether you go to Tarang or you go to your art school next door, or whether you just something online, uh, I think art can completely transform. But as an entrepreneur, when you love what you do, when you are passionate about what you do, and when you have a dream, a lot of things come in place, and strategies can happen, coaches can come, you know, collaborations can happen, people will reach out to you. There will be challenges, but the journey is worth every minute. And I have seen Tarang do that. And Tarang, anything else you want to say to people who want? I think we've got now 2 minutes, 1 minute more. If I give you 1 minute, it's your time. Go share. Where can we connect with you? What are your best experiences? Share one success story of one of your students or one of the people you worked with. Just share something which you love.
So first of all, I want to say thank you to Gemini, and I have to tell everybody that Gemini has really supported and helped me, and she was the one who gave me confidence. She's appreciating me so much for being positive, but she's behind my confidence. So I would like to say that to my audience. And regarding connecting with Artist360, just save that name behind me, Artist360. We are everywhere you find us. Everywhere, just give us a call or go on our website and just fill a small form, and we will connect with you.
Tarang,
And
I am becoming a little bit greedy. I want you to give something to my audience. What can you give? You were talking about, I'm so grateful that you recognize that positivity is with people around you. And as a coach, my job is not to get you positive. My coach is to give you strategies and make you grow, which I'm very happy you are doing. But I want you to contribute because I know you have such a huge contributing heart, and I've seen. So, can you share something about your friend's class which you were discussing just
oh
yesterday with me?
yes, oh yes.
Because
So we are
I have a
inviting.
lot of friends. I'm going to get them, but I want my audience to
Absolutely.
benefit as well.
So we are so very soon I'm going to be putting it up, but let me put it right now. That we are going to have a free event, a fun event, a happy event very, very soon, where you come and you bring in a friend along. You tag us on Instagram, and you let your friend become our follower, and you are entitled to a free class. And we will have a fabulous class for you, believe me.
So, what is going to happen in the class? Are you telling me about the renowned cartoonist, and you are going to have a
Yes,
collaboration with him?
yes, yes. I'm going to speak with Abhijit Kini now. Who doesn't know Abhijit Kini? Like, he's the best cartoonist in India. So I'm going to invite Mr. Abhijit Kini to have this class on comic drawing with this batch of people. So whoever can come to studio, whoever wants to join on Zoom, I will try my best to sort of balance out the whole thing, and we are going to have fun time.
Thank you, Tarang. We are out of time, and I really appreciate and I wish you the moon and the stars and the architectural village to come through so
Thank you,
fast
thank
so that
you,
I can
thank
walk
you.
around and I can be like in a paradise.
Yeah, I'm
And,
absorbing it. Thank you.
so thank you for being there. And everybody watching, 10 News is bringing you so much value. 10 News is coming up with so many amazing shows. So before you follow me or Tarang, I want you to put that subscribe button for 10 News and follow and log into every show that they have, which is bringing so much value across the world. And meeting amazing people like Tarang. I'm going to bring some more amazing entrepreneurs. So take charge, be happy, and enjoy your week till we meet next week. Thank you, Tarang.
Thank you. Bye.
So I think 10 News wants to